Jai Hatkesh, Siddhi.
જય હાટકેશ અંકલજી.
આપણા વિસનગરના જે બે મંડળો છે એનો આપણે એક અભિયાન ચલાવીએ છીએ. જે અભિયાનમાં આપણે એ મહેમ લીધી છે કે જે આપણા નાતના આપણી કોમ્યુનિટીના યંગ અચીવર્સ છે એની જોડે આપણે વાર્તાલાપ કરીએ અને વાર્તાલાપથી બેઝડ ઓન ધ ટોક that we have with these young achievers who at the young age have achieved something remarkable in their life, in their career, in whatever they have chosen, they can become a role model to the youngsters that they follow, that will follow them. So this effort, Siddhi, is to record your achievements. You are already a good achiever. You have done a lot of things in your small life that you have had. You are a young person. So today's guest we have is Siddhi. Siddhi is a known Bharatnatyam coach. So she is a dancer herself. She started having her training for Bharatnatyam at the young age of 2, which is 24 months, of course under her mother. And she's done very good at her education as well. She's done her BCom, then she's done her B.Ed, she's done her MA in economics, she's done masters in fine arts, she's done CA entrance exam, she runs coaching classes for Bharatnatyam. She's also a certified neuro-linguistic programming practitioner. She is a certified yoga coach. She's done so many things. She's gone abroad. She's performed in front of the Prime Minister. So today we are going to have a very interesting dialogue, Siddhi, with you. So the first thing I want to ask you, Siddhi, is did you choose Bharatnatyam because your mother is a known Bharatnatyam coach?
Okay, this is a very interesting question. I think 2 years back, I asked her, like, Mama, why did I choose Bharatnatyam? And she responded, has dance chosen you or you have chosen dance?
Okay.
And that struck me. Like the moment people even asked me, like you asked, Bharatnatyam came selected. I think the correct answer would be, I did not choose. I was just meant to be and it chose me.
Oh,
and
yes.
second reason, yeah.
So you were destined to be a known dancer, a known Bharatnatyam exponent, and also be a guru, and also be a guru like your mother, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're? So God chose that for you. Is that what you're saying? I mean, yeah.
Yes, definitely. Second reason being, definitely I was blessed to be born under a dancer family, like Mama, being born under her. But second reason also being, my mother definitely didn't want me to be a Bharatanatyam artist. She wanted me to, she wanted, like, do not be she didn't want me to choose this as the career. Because not because dancer na સાથે સાથે ઘણી administrational skills પણ જોઈએ, if you want to be successful as an artist. So she has been through all of those struggles. So she was like, why do you want to go, through all of the same things, maruche taruche same much, like that. And it was when I was doing CA, I realized I was even selected by KPMG. I had received the offer letter also, and that was my dream job, by the way, to work in a big firm.
To do your articles.
Yes. I was in HR, so college na recruitments ma select થઈ and they had read કે હા CA નું કરે છે, entrance pass થઈ ગઈ છે, IPCC માં આપવાનું છે એમ કરીને. So they had selected me. And it was that when I was studying for my IPCC, I realized, this is what it's going to be. If I'm not studying for 18 hours a day, I'll be working 18 hours a day. It's not going to be much of a difference. And I can just have like 2 to 3 years of dancing every day. That is not what I'm meant for. And that's what I told her. And she understood. So yeah.
Oh, good. So are you, am I understanding it correctly if you're saying that you cannot make Bharatnatyam or a dance performance or whatever you call it, what is the right word, as only your main vocation? You need to do some things other than that along in your career. Is that what your suggestion or advice would be to younger generation?
No, definitely not. If you are completely focused and you give your heart and soul to this profession as well, you can very well live a healthy, wealthy, and a life of full freedom if you choose that this is what I'm going to be. See, there are two things. One, if you're focusing on money, then art is not for you. Second, the money will come to you if art is your focus. That has been my experience, and that is what I've seen in my mother's life.
So would it be correct to say that you should not chase money, but you should chase a passion that you have and a commitment that you have?
Yes, definitely, definitely.
No?
There are going to be highs and lows, but then I think that happens in any career that you choose, whether it is CA, whether it's engineering, or whether it's doctor. The highs and lows are going to come in any profession.
Correct, correct. Yeah, the people choose the right person. So I think people would swarm you if you're doing what you're doing is right. Very good, very well said. You're also a conversational hypnotherapy and timeline regression. What is that?
Yes.
I'm amused.
Okay, so it was 2 to 3 years back when I was introduced to the world of therapy, and my mentor, she's Dr. Rangana. It is under her that I took this training of verbal hypnotherapy. But I realized that dance से मने like classical dancing तमे जारे को, तो physical level पर घणो help नहीं करूँ. It has helped me more on a mental level. So I was always curious to understand how otherwise also Bharatanatyam has helped me. So I had to enter into other streams to know about them and connect them with dance. कि કેવી રીતના એ થાય છે. So when
it is not hypnotism as we know it, right?
No, definitely
It's
not.
not.
It's verbal hypnotherapy.
It's okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I have young students coming to me who come to learn dance. So when I learned this verbal hypnotherapy, I understood the language of words. I understood how I can understand their psychology and make them understand कि भाई तमे classical dance करो છો तो तमे boring नहीं થઈ જતા. So the language helped me to communicate better with youngsters. So that's why that is a hypnotherapy. And timeline regression is more of a spiritual journey where you know આપણા family, આપણા ancestors ના DNA જોડે આપણે born થયા છે. So I heard Sadhguru saying once, "क्या nose मारो nose नहीं, it is of my grandmother."
Maybe you're exactly. I was about to say that he keeps on saying that you are born. You don't know, but you are born with your maybe great grandfather's nose. Who knows? Yeah,
yes.
Very true.
So
the color of the skin or so many things. Yeah.
Yes. So timeline regression, when I learned, I healed my ancestral DNA. I became complete as a whole. So definitely, it has helped me. Yeah. So that is timeline regression.
So you are also connected as a teacher, as a coach for Bharatanatyam. You are also connected with Kalakruti Cultural Center, where I understand you youngsters are connected with street children and you teach them life skills. So can you tell me something about this at this age, young age? You're connected with an NGO and you're committed to that, you and your friends?
Yes, that journey is very interesting. I was coaching my student, college student, and she had come to me and she just mentioned that Didi, one of her friend expired and who was deaf and dumb. And she mentioned she wants to do something, for such students. And it was my long lost desire, to do something for the kids who are not born with, such privilege. So our option Saru Malidu, and I was the managing trustee of Kalakruti Cultural Center. So I had certain powers in my hand. I was like, this is the time to use it. I gathered my team, I gathered all my friends. I was like, see, this is what we are doing. If you all are not supporting, I and my client will do it, my student will do it. Project that's when we launched our first project. We did it for special school children in Goregaon, Mumbai, Punarvas Education Society. We taught the kids, special children, we taught them yoga. We taught them emotional freedom technique, that is tapping technique, through which we can, instantly unpleasant emotions mein tame tamara body thi release kari sako. And that's how the journey started. And then we even went to Partur, that is one small town in Maharashtra, where we trained almost 350 kids. અને તમે બિલીવ નહીં કરો, એમાંથી ઘણા છોકરાઓ તો એવા હતા જેના પેરેન્ટ્સે જસ્ટ આપી દીધેલું ગુરુકુલને કે તમે ધ્યાન રાખો, અમારાથી થશે નહીં. અને ગુરુકુલને ચલાવવા વાળા, they are 75 plus, just husband and wife. They don't have their kids of own. That is why they started this Gurukul back in 90s. And yeah, that is how we have conducted some 5 projects till now. And it's been an amazing experience. That's how you realize you have so much to give. And there are people out there who want and who deserve that, right? So yeah.
One thing that strikes me as we talk, and as I read through your CV a couple of times, I must compliment you that your CV has so many things that you have done at a young age. So I really need to compliment you on that. Here I must address people who are going to listen to this, that at a young age, अगर आपने थाम लिया तो you can do whatever. There is no limit to what you can do. It could be in and it not be in one particular sphere. So it not be a linear growth that you may have to yourself. You can have a
Exactly.
multi-dimensional growth that you can have. You can be good in your studies. You can be good in something that you like Bharatnatyam. You can be a yoga teacher, and you can do social activities where the main thing comes about giving. And you realize that you are with so many privileges. You may think that you don't have the privileges, but when you see others, you realize that you are born with so many privileges as compared to others.
Yes.
So
Very
once again, I think you deserve absolute compliment that on small shoulders and on a small head, if I can say, you are wearing many hats, Siddhi, very many hats.
thank you. Thank you
Absolutely
so much.
excellent, excellent. You also mentioned in your CV that you try to experiment with not that I understand Bharatnatyam and things like that, but you experiment yoga or you merge yoga and Bharatnatyam. Tell us something
Yes.
about this, because yoga is a union of body and mind, isn't it? It's not just the exercise, the physical part. Having said
Correct.
that, you are adding even Bharatnatyam to it. So can you,
Yes.
you know, yeah.
Definitely. So Bharatnatyam માં પણ કેટલા બધા એવા postures હોય. And see, when you're dancing, you have to be completely present. તમે બીજું કઈ વિચારી જ ના શકો નહીં તો તમે mistake કરી. Same as with yoga. When you're doing certain asanas, you have to be connected with your body and mind. So when I started doing yoga, I realized there was so much connection between the both. અને કેટલા બધા asanas આપણા dance માં પણ use થાય છે. So what I did was I yoga static hold. तो घना लोगों ने yoga ना गमे, especially as the youngsters they don't like yoga. They'll instead go to gym and work out, but they'll not prefer yoga. So what I did was I incorporated these yoga asanas, yoga mudras into dance, and I incorporated dance into yoga. So stillness, movement, stillness with some music and using the mudras. So it's not boring also, and it's at the same time it benefits them also. So તમને બેવનું સ્વાદ મળી જાય.
You said something very philosophical, which said that you have to live in the present. You said
Yes.
that, right?
Yes.
How would you advise youngsters who, unfortunately, because especially kids and youngsters are suffering huge uh, focus syndrome? What is it? It's known as focus syndrome, right? It's known as
Yes.
lack of attention syndrome or something like that.
Correct.
I mean,
The focus span is almost like for maximum 60 seconds to 90 seconds. That's it.
true. I mean, the example is that you're sitting in front of a TV and you go on switching channels, Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think kids suffer a lot on focus syndrome. So what would you suggest to the youngsters who suffer from this, or to the parents who see that their children are suffering from this because of the circumstances, the environment?
Sure. So one thing that I would want to bring into light is the environment. The environment that you stay in. The kids, they learn so much from parents, right? So if parents are sitting on the mobile, the kid is definitely going to do that. So the parent needs to sit with the book first, so that the kids learn and understand that they need also to sit with the book. So many times parents come to me with the same advice that you are asking me right now. कि हम केवी રીતના કરીએ? तो parents ने पहला कहूँ छोकराने पहला काउंसलिंग करूँ तमने पहला करीશ. Because they are learning what they are seeing, right, in the family. So one thing we need to change so that our students, our children can change. When they see you doing that, they'll automatically, they'll do
Yeah.
it. And
If
the
they
other
see,
thing would,
if they see,
yeah.
if the young children, especially the kids of 5-7 years, if they see the parents continuously on the phone, which is a major disease, if I can say that, they are on WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever, obviously the
Yeah.
kid is going to think that that is the right thing to do, isn't it?
Correct.
So he's in
True.
it.
અને નાના છોકરાઓ હેરાન કરે છે એટલે પેરેન્ટ્સ મોબાઈલ આપી દે, ટેબ્લેટ આપી દે. So I was not brought up with that, and neither definitely મારા જેટલા પણ seniors generations they were not brought up with that thing. So that has to be done. You cannot give them cell phones. You need to spend time. You need to definitely spend time with them. And not just advising, trying to be their friends and trying to understand that their generation is different than ours.
Oh yeah, and after COVID, the millennium is millennials are going to change dramatically. It's going to be a different.
Exactly. I have students asking me, Uncle, તમે believe नहीं करो, 10th standard ની છોકરી, she spends 6 hours on her mobile, 6 hours. And she asked me, "Didi, હું શું કરું? મારાથી મોબાઈલ હટતો નથી. મને એવું લાગે કે મોબાઈલમાં નહીં રહું તો like
Obsession.
people will not like me, people don't follow me, people,
I send a
all of
message and I don't get 5 comments. I'm no good. I don't have friends. Yeah.
खत्म. तो
Yeah.
पहला तो सौથી પહેલા એક strong, you need, that is why you need some passion, Uncle. That is why you need some art. Yes, because knowledge, definitely મેં પણ ભણેલું છે, કરેલું છે. I understand. Academics is important. But arts is something that you live for, that can make you keep all of those things away and literally come out and, just like be. So I think I would ask all the students and children and any youngsters who are watching, find your passion. Like, એ જે નાની ખુશી મળે તમને ગાવામાં, એને follow કરો. If you play guitar, follow karo. If you learn if you like how to dance, whatever form of dancing that is, follow that. Don't give it up just because you have only 2 hours in a day. Use that 2 hours.
True, very true. And you are not saying it; you have actually done it. So you are saying out of experience. So you are the right person who can say that out of experience. You also performed in front of a current Prime Minister, and you have been to Malaysia, Singapore, USA, Dubai, and other places. So tell me about this experience to perform in front of. Was it a solo performance or a group performance? And did you have a chance to interact with him? Can you share that experience?
Okay. So firstly, it was a group performance and a huge group. Like the stage itself was almost like 6 golf clubs. એટલું મોટું હતું. So all Bharatanatyam performers all over India and abroad had come to perform in front of him. It was during the World Culture Festival. And it was an amazing experience. You won't believe, it rained and we saw a rainbow and we were wet. The stage was wet and we have performed on that. So magic, miracle, everything was together and it was an amazing experience. And it was such an honor and pride when we performed in Dubai, when we represented India. We got, out of all the performances, only ours was the one that received trophies with Indian flag.
Oh.
So it was I felt, even though I'm not an army, through my art, I'm serving the country. I'm making my country proud, no matter how and why.
Goosebumps in your stomach, butterflies in your stomach, right?
Yeah. So some experiences are, તમે શબ્દોથી બયા કરો તો એનો અહેમિયત ઓછું થઈ જાય એવું છે. So the experiences were like that. Yeah.
So if you have to reach those kind of experiences, which are probably known as moments of truth, you see. These moments are known as moments of truth that remain with you for this life and maybe next life also, if you believe in rebirth. So how do you reach those kind of experiences? You cannot create those moments of truth. It has to happen. So because you are doing so many things, you are into Bharatanatyam, you are into yoga, you are into teaching, you are into social service for the underprivileged, street children, so many things. I'm sure you must be accumulating quite a few moments of truth, because it is something that just strikes you and it remains with you. Yeah. So how do you handle that? And how would you advise that you would be obviously craving for that? I should have more and more moments of truth, because that makes your life very fulfilling. That makes you wake up next day morning, jump out of the bed and do whatever you want to do. So in that situation, how do you program yourself, program your mind, right? Or tell your mind, or psych your mind to go on doing those things continuously?
So I'll let you on a secret, a small little secret.
So I've touched something which I'm able to reach your heart, your core. That's nice. Okay, thank you.
Every day when I get up in the morning, I just join my hands, and when I'm praying, I just like Karagre Vastate Lakshmi ko kahiye, but Sate I just join my hands and I say to my Guru and the Divine that use me for the highest and the best purpose. That is my only prayer that I have. And when you completely surrender to that energy, you will, તમે action seva કરશો, તમારા thought processes એવા થઈ જશે, everything just falls in place, because that is my constant prayer. No matter what I am doing or where I am, just use me for the highest and the best purpose. So that is my moment of truth.
Very true. Actually, they say, actually they say that if your objective is larger than your own, it is for the larger than your own. Of course, everybody has to work, has to earn name, fame. All that are part of life. We are born as human beings, so we have to have all that. There is no quarrels with. It's not sinful to be rich, for example, to earn more money. But having said that, if your objective is larger than your own, is what you are trying to say, is that you use me so that I can do something for somebody else in the process. Is that what you are trying to? Have I understood you correctly?
Yes, very true. The તમે એકદમ correct point પકડ્યો, because I've seen my gurus, my mother and my spiritual Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji. I've seen them and I've learned from them so much. And they always keep on saying, when your focus is big, તમારી નાની મોટી problems તમને problems જેવી લાગે જ નહીં, because when you see the outer world, there's so much to love and so much to give. And I'm running ladies batch and they look up to me as a guru. And when I see those tears of joy and I see how their relationships have become better with their children, with their family, just through dancing, it makes you realize, like, what else do you need? Then everything else happens. You know, you want to buy a ring, you want to buy a watch, you want this hair to be colored. Badhu thai jai, uncle. There's nothing to worry. Your focus has to be love. That's what that's what I've believed, and that's what I've done.
True, very true. So very true. So very true. I see a lot of maturity, Siddhi. I must again compliment you. I see a lot of maturity in what you are saying. I mean, it's amazing. I hope I'm very I really hope and sincerely wish that all youngsters who have a chance to look at view this video would get an inspiration from you. Having said that, I want to touch on the last subject, which is that as a normal student, college going student, you typically want to be in the canteen, be with your friends, hang around, be with your boyfriends. It's normal process of growing up. I'm sure you must have gone through that process also, like everybody else. But having said that, you chose to do what you are doing, and you're doing quite a few things, so many things, and quite successfully, because you've been doing training at so many schools and colleges, which is there, which we are not able to touch because of lack of time. So, two questions. Is it because of luck? Is it because of your thinking? Is it because of your family background? Or is there any other reason?
Okay. Beautiful. So, two things. One thing is choice, because at every moment you need to choose, and the freedom is for you. I can choose whether I want to be with friends and hang around, or I can choose to be at home and take classes. So I think at every moment I chose, and every choice has a consequence. So I chose that, and somehow, see, this is the consequence where I'm being interviewed. If I would have been hanging around, maybe not. So that is one. So that freedom of choice. And then second thing is the awareness of how to make the choice. And at that time, I consider myself completely blessed that my mother has always guided me. So she would normally, she never forced me, but Saturday, Sunday, you want to go to party, it's your choice, or whether you want to take class, it's your choice. But then think what is going to happen after 5 years. So Pardarshi, I am not very good with Gujarati.
Futuristic.
Yeah, futuristic,
Yeah.
yes. And definitely the journey, I wouldn't say, has been easier. I've lost quite a few friends in the journey where they did not understand what I'm doing. Classes weekends hoy Saturday, Sunday. And Saturday, Sunday just baal javano tha, because they are free on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to Friday they're working. So I've stood strong, and I was okay with losing friends because I knew what I'm doing, and mostly I loved what I was doing. When I'm with my kids, I don't miss my friends, or I don't miss partying that much. So two things: one is choice, and one is awareness that what I'm doing and what is the consequence that I'm going to receive of it. And second, in awareness, this is what I love to do. How can I compromise that, right? And just the partying ne badani wata veche, I've done that also, uncle.
I'm sure.
So so it's just about how you balance. And one thing I've noticed, the more I got committed towards dance, I felt dance is listening to me, and it gave me what I really wanted. So if
You
I
got
wanted
more into
sometimes
rhythm.
to go out,
Your
yes,
mind
so
and
sometimes
body got more in the rhythm of it. Yeah. Siddhi, we are coming to an end of. I'm sorry. I would love to chat with you for maybe hours and hours together, but we are coming to the end of our allotted time. In fact, we already exceeded the allotted time. Siddhi, it has been an absolute pleasure to have spoken to you. As I said in the middle, on small shoulders and on a small head, if you like, you're wearing many hats. You're wearing them very successfully. I'm sure there is a message that you have given to the youngsters, the younger than you, or maybe even elder than you. The most important thing that I want to take and I would want to convey to the listeners and viewers of this is that you are born with choice. It is for you to choose, and therefore you are responsible for what you do, and you make or
Definitely.
break your career. So it is all about the choice that you exercise. Would that sum up what you are trying to say? Thank you so
Yes,
much. It was an absolute pleasure
thank you.
talking to you.
Just
Yeah,
Yes, just last 20 seconds.
yeah.
I read this beautiful quote in the movie that I was watching that everybody remembers the king, nobody remembers the kingmakers. And I don't want to miss out on that. I really want to give a huge thank you. You know, I'm so grateful that I'm born under my mother. So all the things that you have told me, I completely and humbly accept it. And at the same time, I surrender this to my mother and my guru, who's been the reason of this all. So yes.
So well said. So well said. So gratification, gratitude, showing gratitude is another
Definitely.
quality that you need to show. Thank you so much. Thank you.